If we didn't rely on stored energy in the form of petroleum, we could not support our current population. All of the energy that we use originates from the sun. Crude oil is precisely that, stored sunlight. We use this finite resource to build our civilizations upon, and as a result, have no fallback if the oil runs out.
In your side is pleasure, boom, pleasure.
Without oil, we would have to take direct advantage of the current sunlight with crops and solar panels. If we didn't have this surplus sunlight, would we have as many people in the world? Will our population peak?
Deep greedy and googling about the corner.
Fidel Castro called it Periodo Especial en Tiempo de Paz, a special period in a time of peace. It began in 1991 after the collapse of the Soviet Union. Cuba suddenly found that Russia was no longer able to supply it with the economic subsidies and oil products. Oil imports dropped by approximately 53%, crippling Cuba's electric power system. Refrigeration and air conditioning failed. Chronic power shortages crippled transportation, agriculture, and industrial production. Estimated GDP declined by 33%, real wages fell, and unemployment soared. There were food shortages. It has been reported that Cuban adults lost an average of 20 pounds. The Cuban people adapted to the crisis. From 1991 to 1995, they introduced locally grown sustainable agriculture, overhauled their economy, changed their diet, and adopted new lifestyles. They innovated new modes of mass transit. Authorities enforced carpooling. Locally grown produce production increased tenfold. And most importantly, annual population growth declined from 0.8 to 0.4%. So what does this mean? Well, looking at Cuba's population, a 50% drop in birth rate may not be so significant. However, when their synthesized oil peak is applied to the large scale, say the USA, it would have a devastating impact on its infrastructure because the country could no longer sustain itself. Cuba recovered from all of this, but a more petroleum-dependent society could not without catastrophic effects, such as an increased mortality rate. This would continue until a new sustainable population level was reached.
Deep greedy and googling every pleasure. Deep greedy and googling about the corner.